All right, guys, pictures up.
Pictures up.
Pictures up.
Let's roll sound.
Rolling.
Rolling.
Sound speeds.
Camera speeds. 2. Awesome. Take 2.
I'm sure you did. Did you see the numbers and stuff I sent you?
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
And
What the fuck?
Action.
Can we put that? Let's hold that thought.
Okay.
Let's make that our first news
to
item.
the Penn
Okay.
I think that'd be fun to talk
Podcast.
about.
Yeah.
Your behind the curtain connection for movie news and reviews.
Are you
Now
ready?
here are your
Hold on,
hosts,
let me get
Penn
professional.
Ketchum and David Moulton.
Welcome to the show. I'm David Moulton.
And I'm Penn Ketchum.
What's up? My
David,
hand motions were all over.
you were
there.
all over the place.
Yeah.
You came in hot today.
I know.
Pew pew.
Yeah. You know, this week is a holiday week.
Indeed.
May the 4th be with you.
Indeed. Yes.
And to celebrate, we changed up our set decoration. That's right. We got the Mandalorian and Grogu popcorn puff.
If our production crew could zoom in on
Yeah.
the at.
The look at you knowing what things are called. Pew pew and left and right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know things, David.
That's right. Is this who drives this kind of thing?
This would be the evil empire,
Right.
and the bad guys drive it. Stormtroopers, you could say.
Yeah.
And from the little bit that I've seen on the trailer,
Yeah.
it seems like the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda, Grogu, if you will,
Scientific name.
scientific, God-given name. What's a Christian name?
Yeah, his Christian name.
What's that card on the counter?
This is what we've been storing the
Okay.
memory card in.
All right, so it's.
It's not anything you need to worry about. You're fine.
I mean, I love doing the show.
We're on our own now, and so things are like, wait, what?
It's like putting the crib together, and then there's a couple nuts and bolts.
You already put the baby in.
Right. Yeah, so I think the Mandalorian and Grogu maybe attack these things and knock them off a ledge or something.
Possibly.
It seems like
we can't really see it from this angle, but
Yeah.
there is the
I'm gonna-
Mandalorian is hanging off the edge of it.
Can you see? Does that help?
Yeah, which it's funny because if you look at his size, right? Which isn't. I don't. At first it looks right,
Right.
and then you realize that this thing is like 2 stories inside,
At least
and so now he's like
a little too big.
26 feet tall.
Right.
in
Well,
scale.
maybe he drank some magic size growth potions.
Oh, that's true.
You haven't seen the movie yet, David, so you don't know.
You're right. I don't know.
Yeah.
and you've been reading Dungeon Crawler Carl, so that kind of thing comes to mind.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Maybe he. You know what I like about Dungeon Crawler Carl is
Yeah.
the use of the menu just by thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like looking at it. Like that's pretty cool.
You wish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
popping the stuff in your hands.
Yeah. That's a neat
awesome.
trick. And he can store whatever he wants. There's no like limitations.
As long as he can lift it.
Oh, I didn't
he has
pick
to
up
be
on
able
that.
to
He
pick
has
it
to be
up.
able to lift it. Okay.
Yeah. Which as he gets stronger, it's
Yeah.
like cars.
It's
and
okay.
Stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, so we got a lot of Star Wars on the mind. David came in this morning packing a at that he
Yeah.
picked up from Joel downstairs.
Yeah, Mr. Manager himself.
The big man.
Yeah. He was like, I was about to walk past, he's like, hey, David, you want the good stuff? And he had his trench coat open.
Yeah.
Popcorn
Right.
buckets hanging.
Watches, pocket watches.
He's like, I got it right here.
We record typically on Sundays and or Mondays,
Yeah.
which is his standard days off.
Right.
So it's special, man. When you're in on a Saturday and you get to see the boss himself.
Yeah.
The man, I mean,
Mr. Manager.
that guy, Joel, we're talking about Joel Holler.
Yeah.
This is a one of a kind guy. This whole place, he runs the whole place.
One might refer to him as the real deal.
He is the real deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
For sure. So anyway, so David came in hot with the ad.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I was like, boom, boom, boom. And I was like, the only thing crazier than this is last month's podcast numbers. How about that for a segue?
Ooh, so smooth like a baby's bottom.
I know.
All right, David, what are you talking about?
Last week was the end of the month. And I said,
The end of the world?
end of the world, end of the month, hand in hand. And I said, you know what? We don't always talk about it, but things have been changing and moving and shaking.
Yeah.
We've been doing this video thing. So rightfully so, as we put up the video, the audio podcast should be blowing up.
What is this, like our 10th video?
Yeah, something like that.
Give or take. Okay.
So the audio version should be popping off.
And is it?
And it is. And so I sent it to Penn, and I was like, you might want to look at these numbers. And Penn was like, oh. And by oh, I mean he didn't respond. So now we're gonna hear what you have to say, because we almost talked about it, and you said let's wait.
Yeah. So David sent me these numbers, which I absolutely opened and looked at.
Mm-hmm.
But David also, like, what's the expression you gave away the ending in the title or something like that?
Yeah.
The subject line or the body of the email was something along the lines of our number one downloads, or no, the point is there have been some weeks
Yeah.
where Pennsylvania,
Which is our main state.
which is where we live and work.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania is not the number one state for downloads, and equally surprising, the great United States of America is not the number one country for downloads. So you're telling me that more people in California?
California, and right behind the Pennsylvania is Illinois.
So California, Pennsylvania, Illinois, those are our top three.
Yeah.
And David, speaking of counting,
Yeah.
how many times have we heard from a listener in California?
Oh man.
Carry the one.
None.
Zero.
Well, that's not true. My aunt lives in California, and she talks to me.
Okay, so we can confirm. Does she wait? She talks to you, but does she listen to the show?
I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes. I know that she watches the videos.
That's like when you ask someone, like, did you do your homework? And they say, I want to say yes.
It's like, yeah, like when your mother-in-law was like, oh, back when we didn't have video.
Right.
I watched the podcast.
Right. Or like when you ask me if I read Carl Crawler Dungeon.
Yeah, and you're like 10
And I'm like,
pages.
I want to say yes. I want to tell you I'm done.
Right.
Anyway, so what's up with that? What do you make of that?
I think it's good. I just think it's I think it's great. I just think it's funny how, we pivot, and then the thing that we'd been doing before is the thing that kind of pops off.
Well, it shows you how valuable YouTube is as a platform.
Yeah. And I think the thing is here, a lot of the numbers that we're seeing, which are good, and we're not going to go into detail, but it's not like just coming from just the new episode.
Interesting.
Like those numbers come from our whole 7+ years of backlog.
So somebody in California finds the show on YouTube, thinks it's fun, and is now downloading old shows.
Potentially.
But
they're going back
theoretically.
and cherry picking.
Possibly.
But not just one person, like obviously, but like in order for these numbers to be coming through, a lot of people must be doing the same type of thing.
What if what made California the number one state is that we had 6 people listening?
Six people
Right.
doing a lot
Right.
of downloading.
3 of them.
And all their relatives in Singapore.
Right.
And Canada.
I'm not even going to get into, okay, what's the number one, what beat out America?
Singapore's the one that consistently is just like within 200 away from America.
I'm not going to embarrass myself by begging our friends in California or Illinois to reach out.
Right.
Like, for example, if somebody had mispronounced your state on a leading theatrical cinema movie related podcast.
Right. Never heard of it.
If you lived in, for example, in Illinois and somebody mispronounced your state, you should be compelled to write in and correct.
Yeah.
Because I would be embarrassed if I had been walking around mispronouncing a state. Like, for example, up in New England, there's a state called Vermont.
Yeah.
Or
if any of our listeners in the greater Canada want to write from Ontario's.
Right. Ontario's.
Yeah. the cereal capital.
Have I ever told you about my in-laws?
I've never heard you even had in-laws.
Yeah, well, I do. I've had in-laws for years. They came with Amy.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Apparently, it was a whole package deal.
Wow.
Well, anyway, right. The late great Bob, who by the way, I had put a piece on the set for him because today's his birthday.
Today?
I should say his heavenly birthday
tomorrow.
and his wife's birthday, Bonnie. So Amy and Bonnie and the girls are all out celebrating Bonnie's birthday. So happy birthday, Bonnie.
Happy birthday.
She's the best. But the reason why I mention them is because Bob and Bonnie always used to put an S at the end of every store. So they're going to Costco's.
Penn
You know,
Cinemas.
they're going to Penn Cinemas. They got to pick up some groceries at Stouffer's.
Stop versus.
Stouffer's. Have you ever seen that with older people?
Yeah.
Yeah, they put an S at
Yeah.
the end of everything.
Yeah.
Oregon Dairies.
My mom does similar type things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
So
great.
silly. All right. So listen, in response to these quirky podcast numbers, David and I had a little corporate retreat.
Yeah.
And which was lovely, by the way. Thank you
Yeah.
for arranging the flowers.
No problem.
Yeah.
6 days at our favorite spot.
Yep, that was great.
Yeah.
And the takeaway from that was our brand new email,
Yeah.
which is podcast at not podcasts.
Yeah. Not podcasts.
Podcast.
At Penn Cinema, not Penn Cinemas.
Right.
.com.
.com. And what would be really cool would be if I would ever get off my duff and build we have a sign that was designed to hang in the front of our studio here that would have our email.
But it would have to, it was good thing you didn't, because now that we have the new one.
Right. We'd have to get it all
have to get it
reworked
all
and everything
redone.
like that. So
Yeah.
anyway, David, thank you for that interesting take.
Yeah.
There was some pretty big news this week.
Yeah.
I thought it was big news. Did you? Netflix has announced that Greta Gerwig's Narnia is actually getting a proper theatrical release in February of 2027.
Yeah. But the bigger thing is that it's pushed out about a year, I believe.
That's only 3 months past.
Is it only 3 months? I thought it was I guess the year, it was in November, right?
It was in November.
Okay,
yeah.
I just saw the date.
Yeah, it was in late 26 to February of 27. And the speculation, which I think is unfounded, is that somebody's going to move into that IMAX slot. Because remember, it was going to be like a weird IMAX exclusive thing in Thanksgiving time. And now it is going to be a full theatrical run 3 or 4 months later in February.
Yeah. Do you think that they're holding it for some sort of Disney deal for Disney Infinity?
I don't. I mean, maybe, but no.
No.
Are you trying to come up with a segue? Is that why you mentioned
a segue.
it? Yeah, it is a segue.
Yeah.
But it's irrelevant. So we'll come back to your segue, but
Yeah.
it's a relevant point because you can't talk about Narnia getting a theatrical release without talking about the fact that it had been slated as an IMAX only,
Right.
and now it's IMAX plus theatrical.
Right. And with the IMAX only, it was IMAX only and like straight to streaming.
Right.
And now it's full theatrical release,
Yeah.
which I think is great.
Yeah. Speaking of IMAX,
Yeah. So we had a lot of traction last week on our shorts that were clips from the show, the one that you're watching right now.
yeah, this very one.
This very one.
Yeah.
Or last week's one that was this
Right.
one last week.
Right.
Yeah. And especially the stuff about Disney Infinity.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I love the internet. And we'll get to the big thing. But people reacting because these clips are clips. And sometimes they're not just like bits are taken out. So it's not even like just the straight
Right.
point to point.
Some of them are auto-generated.
maybe.
Right.
And in it, you're like, well, first off, almost all the comments were like, "This is a gimmick. Nobody wants
Right,
to.
nobody
like,
cares.
Nobody believes that this is worth its time or
Right.
whatever." And like theater, so a lot of people were saying like my local theater should just get up to standard and not necessarily even IMAX standard because it's gone downhill or whatever.
Right.
But my favorite comment was in it because we get a lot of new eyes
Yeah.
on these things, and in it, they might not know who we are, specifically who you are and what you do,
Right.
right?
Right.
And why you might say something that seems natural for you to say it, but absurd for anybody else to say it. And in the short, you're like, I emailed Disney and they haven't gotten back to me yet. And the comment was like, boo, Disney won't write me back. And I wanted to be like, well, and I was like, nah, just like,
Nah. Well, speaking of Disney not writing me back,
yeah.
they actually did write me back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I got a very nice phone call from the rep who I deal with, her boss. And she called me, and we honestly, like, it's so typical of, like, the state of distribution these days that, like, the people who are actively working with exhibition, that's us. So quick reminder, you have the production studio that makes the movie, the distribution studio, which distributes the movie. And with Disney, that's typically the same. You're talking about the same group of people, or the same company, I should say.
Right.
And then you have exhibition, which is me. So I deal with distribution. I talk to the distributor. I don't hardly ever, actually very rarely have I ever spoken to somebody from production.
Right.
So my rep, who's the New York City boss,
Who's Bob Iger, right? Or
What's that?
whoever, he's the head of Disney, right?
Right. She called me and basically she was like, "Hey, settle down."
Hold up.
And we go way back. We've been working together for years and years. So there's a high degree of respect and mutual respect and credibility. And she was like, basically, Penn, just settle down because we're not looking to block anybody out of Avengers. And the certification requirements have not been set. So when I went off saying that I was not qualified, I was operating on unofficial and therefore probably incorrect information. And she was sort of making the point like some of this might end up being relative. So if you're in LA, and you have 16 theaters in 1 square mile, then you're going to be held to the letter of the law, the highest possible standard.
Right.
If your screen is 49.5 feet instead of 50 feet and you're in the middle of a cornfield in Lancaster County, you're probably going to get certified. And she was like, we want you to win. We want you to be successful. Not me personally, but theaters in general. We want theaters to be successful. And I just felt as though Disney presented with a really good attitude, a very positive, and I have every reason to take it seriously when she says, we're trying to be a positive thing for the theatrical release of Avengers. Now, there was no comment as to whether or not this was relevant to IMAX, which take that or leave it. I don't know. And the people who I deal with, they're not in the offices that are going to be fighting with IMAX. You know what I mean? The people who I deal with have the same amount of sort of insight into that I do. They can read the same tea leaves, but they're not in the meetings. So I felt really good about hearing from the people that I deal with from Disney's side. So yeah, it was a little bit of a kerfuffle. And maybe I overreacted at CinemaCon.
What? What?
What, me?
What?
Drew Schaefer, the legend. Legend to Drew Schaefer. He has a great coaster on his desk. And it says, what, me overreact? And then in parentheses, it says, shit, probably. And I think that was me at CinemaCon. I think I got a little emotional because as we reported last week, the vibe at CinemaCon, Disney's the last slate to go. They always save the best for last type of deal. And so by the time I got to the Disney presentation, I had been spending all week wrestling with the pressures of what are you going to do about premium large format? What's the pressure to, expand your audio and convert to laser and, bigger, better, faster, sharper. And I'm screaming into the void that, our theaters are beautiful. We do not have to be PLF to be beautiful. And then you get to this Disney thing and they're like, oh, we're just taking it up a notch. But I feel like I probably overreacted. And as you said, and as everybody said, it's a marketing gimmick. You don't have to take offense, at a marketing gimmick. It's okay. Good for them. They're doing their job, which is to promote movie going, and how about you just settle down?
Well, speaking of settling down, we heard from IMAX's CEO.
This is the next chapter.
Yeah. IMAX responded to the Infinity Vision stuff. The CEO, Mr. Fernandez, I don't know his first name. This is a quote from him. He says, from our view, we feel it's a marketing play to try and offset the fact that they don't have an IMAX platform or brand for Disney's Avengers Doomsday. He added regarding the moviegoers, he said, among the savvy and most discerning moviegoers out there are Marvel's fan base. And there's a reason why we're the undisputed leader in premium cinema worldwide. So one of the other comments I saw out there about this in the whole thing was people were saying that they are upset even at IMAX because, and I believe we're one of them, right? There's only a few real IMAXs, but there's a lot of IMAXs that are sub standard,
Well,
not substandard. They're not like what we have here.
right. We have so when we built our IMAX building in Lidditz, and we did the same thing in Wilmington, they called me and said, what are your specifications? And we'll design our auditorium to fit in your building. And I said, no. You tell me what's the biggest, best, perfect geometry for an IMAX auditorium, and we will build our building around the IMAX.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. So that's why we have such a great, incredible, stunning auditorium, which currently houses IMAX. There are other people who take little theaters and shoehorn an IMAX screen into the theater.
Right.
And we call those LIMAXs.
Yeah.
And we take issue with IMAX approving those because we have the real thing. And then there are some people who have, smaller things that they have just branded IMAX.
Right.
And obviously I would never point fingers or name names, but they exist and they're out there.
And that's what people work in. They called them Limaxes in the comments. Too.
Yeah.
They're like, I go and I pay for this thing and I walk in and realize it's not what I thought I was going to get.
Right. You walk into our IMAX and it is stunning. You walk in, I love nothing more than walking in with someone who's walking in for the first time and they come around the corner and they're, it's big. I mean, you remember we celebrated your birthday there 15 years ago.
That's right.
12 years ago, whatever it was.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
We had a big Harry Potter cake for David. The whole sold out auditorium sang happy birthday to David.
What Marvel movie was that? Or
I thought
Potter?
It was Harry Potter.
Yeah, it was Harry Potter. Yeah. That's awesome. It was so much fun.
That was a fun memory.
Yeah. And the cake had lights that worked in it.
Yeah.
You remember it was the car from Harry Potter.
Yeah, and it was back when Cake Boss was big. Mm-hmm. And so we found a local cake maker, who went out of control with this incredible cake.
Yeah.
We have pictures of it. It's unbelievable.
The cake was presented to me for my birthday, but it was a multi-use thing. Don't think that we went all out for my birthday. It was used for something else.
Right.
And also my birthday.
Yes. Or a different way of saying it, David's birthday was also used for other marketing purposes.
Yeah, for other marketing purposes. And that, I think that's really all the news, considering last week was like a year's. Yeah. But here we go.
That's a new move.
That was an action
Did
move.
you see how I started cranking it and then it went?
That was crazy.
Yeah.
You gotta get ready for that kind of stuff. Dude, we have way less trailers than last week, but I would wager.
Don't say it.
What? Better?
You're going to say better.
I'm going to say a more solid, concise, small group of what I would refer to as good.
Good. Okay, I will. The judges will accept that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have 5 good trailers.
Yeah.
We have no great trailers.
No.
And I would contend we have 1 questionable trailer, but no bad trailers either.
Yeah. Man, we got 1 trailer that confused the hell out of me.
Okay. Yes. Well, we'll talk about that.
Yeah. All right, let's start with my trailer of the week.
Mine too.
Okay, and that's Verity. It stars Anne Hathaway and Dakota Johnson, which and Josh Hartnett, and I already see Penn just automatically calling this as my movie of the year, even before I see it, just because everything Dakota Johnson's in, everything Anne Hathaway's in, you love, and blah, 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 and whatever.
What's that line from? That line from
whatever.
William Shakespeare? Thou dost protest too much.
To be or not to be. I think is what you're
Right.
thinking. Yeah.
Right. David has a thing, for those of you who don't know, whatever movie Dakota Johnson makes, that's his trailer. That's his movie of the year. Until her next movie comes out. What was the one with the taxi?
It was Daddy-O. That was my movie.
Yeah.
I stand by that.
That was his movie of the year. Sean Penn and Dakota Johnson in a taxi from the airport to Midtown.
Oh, so good.
It's so good.
This is one of the best.
I will give you this. Verity it looks amazing. It looks like a lot of fun. You said it. Anne Hathaway, Dakota Johnson, Josh Hartnett from MGM Studios. It opens in October. And did you notice the little card at the end?
No.
October 2nd in premium formats.
Oh. So the premise of this movie is Anne Hathaway is a writer who gets sick or something happens to her. And Josh Hartnett hires Dakota Johnson to finish her book. She's in like a... not catatonic's not right, but she's like what's the word where you Like after a stroke,
Yeah.
they just kind of sit around.
I would have said catatonic.
Yeah, okay. I thought, yeah, catatonic, yeah. And it seems like there's some sort of mystic thing going on, and Dakota Johnson starts imagining Anne Hathaway all over the place.
Is she imagining her?
Or is she supernatural?
Right.
Or what? Things don't seem as they would. It seems a little like crazy. I thought this looked really interesting. All the actors in it look great. And we need to come up with a catchy name for whatever Anne Hathaway is doing these days. This is her third movie this year?
At least. Third movie that we're keeping track of.
So we have the Recagescence.
Right.
So what is Anne Hathaway's?
Reconnaissance.
Reconnaissance. Yeah. Podcast at pencinema.com for a good, catchy phrase for the resurgence of Anne Hathaway. Resurgence. Now it doesn't. It's got to be very obvious punny.
I think there's something to be in Hathaway. There's something in the word Hathaway.
Yeah. She's gonna Hathaway with the movie. I don't know.
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Boy, we're up to 3 Shakespeare quotes so far.
It's almost like you're well read.
Yeah.
We all know. One book this year.
So the first movie was Verity, which David and I are giving our trailer week. I believe it's based on a Colleen Hoover book.
It's based on a book, yeah. I don't know who wrote it. But
Colleen Hoover, who, by the way, brings the readers out like crazy.
And Verity is the name of Anne Hathaway's character.
Right, and this is in October. And the last card said October 2nd in premium formats. Next up, we have Resident Evil, which the title card says filmed for IMAX. September 18th, filmed for IMAX.
They're really pushing the premium format.
You see what I'm saying? Like
really hard.
This is going to be the theme. You're going to get this all year long.
Yeah. So what do you think of this trailer?
So Resident Evil, not my cup of tea. The note that I took to myself was, this house looks creepy as hell. Let me just wander on in and use the phone.
So Resident Evil is a video game.
Yeah.
And it's also a movie series, but the movie series pre this one, which is a total different reboot thing, has the movies have been their own thing, and they've been extremely hokey. They almost all of them starred Mila Jovovich, which, if you know her, and I think her husband directed most of them, you know that she's like Jason Statham, like the movies she in, they all have a feel.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say bad, but they're like a hokey, schlocky, very CGI heavy action thing. And this is much more the horror side of Resident Evil. And from what I've been reading, this movie is not only supposed to be able to be adjacent to the games, but very faithful to the lore that the games have, which is, and all the lore of the games has to do with like basically a zombifying virus that gets loose or mutates people or that type of thing.
Yeah.
So there's a part of me that's really interested in this, but then there's the part of me that watches the trailer and says, I don't think I'll be able to.
Because it looks scary.
It looks legitimately scary.
I think if you're into this kind of thing, this is a good movie, good trailer. You're going to be psyched.
This is another one that we're going to have to get our official horror correspondent, Goonies Jason, to watch.
And this opens our official correspondent. We need to film a video of him like out on the sidewalk with a microphone and reporting live from the sidewalk. Goonies Jason.
Just out of.
Right.
You'd love that. We should do it.
Right. September 18th. I don't know. Looks good.
Yeah. Next up, we have a movie that seems simultaneously a bad idea, but also somehow like, I could see how that would work.
Is this a movie you were saying was confusing?
No.
Oh, okay.
This movie is called One Night Only.
Right.
The premise of this movie, it's a romantic comedy. Remember the movie The Purge?
I do.
Or The Purges?
I do.
There were several. The premise of those is one night a year, nothing is illegal, including murder.
Right.
The premise of One Night Only is similar, but instead of crime, if you're single, the only night that you're allowed to have sex, there's only one night in the entire year that you're legally allowed to have sex unless you're married. And so that night, people just hook up with everybody and anybody. And it's like, what if on that one night when you had a free pass, these two people formed a real relationship instead of just having sex?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I get it. Like, I kind of like, I see the idea. I see what they were going for. Some of the acting and stuff looks like fine for what it is. But then at the same time, like, I don't know, it might be too ridiculous of a premise to like actually suspend my disbelief.
Yeah. This movie has a good cast. I forget who stars in it. Do you remember?
No.
But and it looks well made, and you can hear from the tone of my voice. Like, I think that here's my thing, and I don't want to harsh because I really enjoy. It's from Universal,
Yeah.
and they make good movies, so we'll have to keep our minds open. But to me, this looks like the kind of movie. This is one of my favorite expressions: 2 + 2 = 3.
Yes.
Like, it has all the right parts, but it doesn't.
a little short.
It doesn't feel like it wants to add up correctly. And there was nothing in the trailer that was like hilarious to me. There was one exchange. She was like, "Your ears are like car doors," and he was like, "Well, your nose is too small for your head," and she was like, "Your hairline is ridiculous."
Yeah.
And,
The part of me that seemed endearing is that I bought their chemistry in the
okay,
trailer.
I'll give you that.
That's the part that I was like, that's
Yeah.
where I was like, I could see them working, but I don't know if they needed this crazy one night thing for a romantic comedy with
Right.
these two actors to
Right.
work.
Okay, so next up from Paramount, we have Jackass: Best and Last.
Yeah. This looks like a Jackass movie.
Okay.
Crazy.
Whoa.
Probably because
That's some hard-hitting journalism right there, ladies and
a
gentlemen.
lot of the clips in the trailer were from other Jackass movies.
Right.
So my question is, for watching this, is this movie going to be like a greatest hits with some new content? Or is it going to be a fully new Jackass movie? And I don't mean greatest hits where they reenact their things. I mean, because that's what the last couple of movies they've been like redoing, like tried and true
Right.
pranks.
Right.
Is that what I mean? Is this going to be clipped like their best clips plus new clips? Penn is giving me the face of a man who just doesn't care.
Yes.
Either way,
Yes.
these movies work though, right? They make money.
The face I was trying to give you was, or what I was thinking when I was making that face was, the people who are coming out for this movie don't care.
They're not going to care.
They want to see the robot prosthetic, the prostate exam,
Yeah.
and they want to see the new stuff, and they don't care what the ratio is of new stuff mixed with old stuff. Like, the Jackass crowd is going to come out for this movie big time,
Yeah.
and that's fine. That's that.
That's all you need, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's follow it up with our last trailer, which is the one that confused me. Not because of story.
Decorado.
Yeah. This movie is called Decorado. It's put out by G Kids, which usually puts out a lot of anime stuff. I mean, some regular cartoon stuff.
Was this anime? I would say no.
I don't think so.
No.
I think this is American.
Okay.
It could be wrong,
Okay.
but generally the G Kids stuff still fits.
What was confusing to you about this?
That G Kids was putting it out
Okay.
was the big one. And thus I didn't know who it was for, because it's the animation style, which I did enjoy, is also drawn and aimed at an older audience.
Okay.
Like, there are some parts of it that looks like you could see that there could be a more adult imagery given what they showed in the trailer.
Right.
And then the subject matter deals very heavily with, I would say, PG-13 or above content. So I could see it going even higher. But usually G Kids, even though they handle these movies, these animated movies that are, the anime is enjoyed and watched by adults, it still feels
Accessible
more
to the kids.
family safe.
Yeah.
I would say family safe.
Okay.
But this does not feel family safe. The premise of it is it's anthropomorphic creatures, and they have like a city, and the mouse is like, what about outside of the city? And that's considered crazy. But then outside of the city are also regular sized animals, even though the ones in the city are all like the same size. It looks trippy as hell.
I'm glad to hear you say that you were confused, because I was no more or less confused by this trailer than every other anime trailer I've ever watched. It never makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean, cool. All right, Frodo, it's your time to shine. What did you think of
Decorado.
Decorado.
Yeah.
Why don't you come to your senses?
I would love to hear what she thinks.
Been out riding fences for so long now. David's trailer of the week is Verity. I follow him as usual,
Always
agreeing.
into the void.
I didn't know what to do, and then I was like, well, if David's trailer of the week is Verity, then I'm all in.
Yeah. You were going to do Decorado, though.
Right, obviously.
That was your close second.
Trailer of the week for both of us, Verity.
Yeah. All right.
I want to get something on record. I want to try something.
And breathe.
I want to try to make a short.
A short.
Yeah.
Who watches short shorts?
Who wears short shorts?
Yeah.
Our trailer of the week this week, starring Anne Hathaway. Wait, I got to remember who it is. Starring Anne Hathaway, Dakota Johnson, and Josh Hartnett, Verity. From our friends at MGM on October
This is
2nd.
perfect. If I was watching a short, this is the kind of content I would want. I would want awkward pauses, clearly reading, and unbelievable opinions.
All right, how about I just shut the fuck up and we move on?
Okay. This week, Penn, we're going to review a movie that I'm assuming you could not miss, called The Devil Wears Prada.
Devil Wears Prada, starring Anne Hathaway,
Yeah.
who's having a hell of a reconnaissance. Reconnaissance.
Yeah.
Meryl Streep,
Reconnaissance?
Amy's cousin, Stanley Tucci,
Yeah.
and Emily Blunt.
Yes.
Devil Wears Prada 2, the sequel to The Devil Wears Prada, which came out 20 years ago. The plot picks up 20 years after the first one ended.
Right.
And Anne Hathaway finds herself immediately out of a job due to the state of affairs of journalism and disrespected by the machine. And she finds herself, Runway, the magazine she used to work for, finds itself in a bit of a pickle.
Right.
Because they got tricked by a sweatshop operator.
Right.
And they find themselves in a bit of a pickle, and to try to restore their credibility at a moment when Anne Hathaway is in need, they are in need, and they decide they can bring her in to restore credibility to the magazine. A lot of that face throughout the whole movie. It's almost like you were in it. And one thing leads to another. Chaos ensues. Meryl Streep. It's all the same characters. They all play the exact same, selves that they were in the first one. And I thought it was great. The storyline was a good vehicle in which to take a ride down memory lane of why you love Devil Wears Prada so much.
Is it?
I think if you liked Devil Wears Prada and say if you loved it, for example, then you would like and probably love this one.
I would similarly say the same thing.
You would agree with me?
Yeah. Do you remember last week?
Well, it
I know
depends.
you
When
don't.
are we listening to this episode?
Next week.
Because it could be 2 weeks ago by the time we have this conversation.
Right. That's true. The last time that you and I sat across this table,
Right.
which was before today,
Right.
you were like, you don't have to watch the first Devil Wears Prada to watch The Devil Wears Prada 2.
Gotcha.
And I said,
You feel like that was misleading?
are you sure? And you said, definitely not. And I said, I'm going to put that to the test. Having not seen The Devil Wears Prada, to my knowledge.
Right.
I may have watched it and completely blanked on it. We call that a pen.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fully.
Yeah.
Own it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I went into this blind-ish. Someone at work was so excited and appalled that I had not seen the first one.
Yeah.
That they then regaled me with the tale of The Devil Wears Prada.
They regaled you?
Yeah.
Oh, I love getting regaled.
Imagine me sitting eating and them passionately standing right here with head movements. She was really into it, which was way more enjoyable than the movie probably was.
I mean, the only thing better than getting galed
yeah.
is getting regaled. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you were regaled with a recount.
Yeah. Of The Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah. 20 years
which
ago.
I felt was adequate.
Okay.
To which the person was so excited.
Yeah.
They then went home and rewatched The Devil Wears Prada. And the next morning, we're talking 8:05 in the morning.
Oh my God. Stop.
Comes to my desk and says, I got to tell you, I rewatched it last night. Maybe not as good as I remembered.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they said,
Okay.
They said that might have been
Oh.
little girl me really excited about
I didn't
it.
see that coming.
Yeah. So The Devil Wears Prada 2.
Yeah.
I saw it with some friends. and they all enjoyed it to various degrees. I will say that I don't remember the last time that I watched a movie and walked out in an incredibly foul mood. And that's what happened with this.
I remember the last time you watched a movie and walked out in a foul mood. I forget the title, but I remember it was in our audio days.
Yeah.
And you were sitting over there. We were sitting over there.
Not just me.
Right.
You were like in the corner, David.
Right. David was in the corner.
Yeah. I don't even know if it was this much. Like, this was so much that, like, normally I go to, like, dinner afterwards with some friends, and I didn't want to go. Like, I
Why?
went, but I would.
What's your problem?
It just put me in such a foul mood.
Why?
The thing was, I don't even hate it that much as it upset me. Like, I'm like, fine. Like, this movie, in the big scope of everything, it's whatever. And the movie was fine. I enjoyed the best part of the movie, which was Lady Gaga.
Yes.
Right?
Agreed.
And, of course, I enjoyed Anne Hathaway. Beautiful as always. That was enough. But, boy, oh boy, did this movie piss me off. Left, right, and center. Everyone in it is an ass. Even Anne Hathaway.
Right.
Right? She seems like she's supposed to be the good guy.
Yeah.
Right? But then, midway through the movie, for no reason.
None.
No reason at all. No prior notice of how her personality might be changing. She snips at the guy she's been dating, who, in this one instance that we've seen the entire thing, is enough to be for him to be like, well, she's in a bad mood. Guess we're broken up. See you when you get back from your thing, or maybe not, maybe never again. That doesn't make any sense, right? Then none of the characters, there's no character development. There's no reason to care about any one of these fucking characters, right? They're all so bland and one-dimensional, and they're all like long pauses because you're supposed to be like, oh my God, she acted like this in the last movie. But instead, all you're seeing is them staring at each other for no reason, with no freaking depth at all. It's horrible. Then we're an hour and 45 minutes into this slog fest, right? And all of a sudden, the perspective that has only been on Anne Hathaway the entire time switches to Glenn Close or whoever the heck the lady, Meryl Streep,
one of the best actresses of all time.
Switches to Meryl Streep for like 20 minutes, and you're like, now you're going to give me depth. I don't care about any of these characters. Her husband, played by Kenneth Branagh, is in the movie for like 15 minutes total. He has more depth than she does, and she's in almost every freaking scene. And they have this scene. It's like, why am I supposed to care about this character now? And they even call it out in the movie, and they say Anne Hathaway has Stockholm Syndrome, because there's no freaking reason for her to care about the Meryl Streep at all through the whole thing, other than the fact that she feels guilty for screwing her over. And then the movie ends, and you're like, what was the plot? It changed literally every 20 minutes. The plot completely changed. The starting plot glossed over. Now, that's not even to get me started on all the incredible, like, film directing mistakes and things that we're just supposed to not even recognize. They give Anne Hathaway a closet office, and they show her in it like 6 times. And then in one scene, she's in her office, but then they pull out and it's literally in another building. It's not even the same room. It doesn't make any sense. Why is that? Then you think that Meryl Streep's supposed to walk out from this dinner because she's all pissed off, and she's like, I'm going to storm out of here. And she walks out of the room that has the Last Supper painted on the wall. And then she's all the way across Italy in the square of fashion, just like walking home. If Anne Hathaway would have walked out and been like, hold up, don't, let me talk to you, and like she had just followed her out, I would have walked out of the theater. That was the most unbelievable, like, she just teleported there. This movie made me so mad. But Lady Gaga's performance was really nice. And I was going to say that was the best part of the movie, which I guess it is. But Lady Gaga singing and doing all this cool choreography and singing a cool song. And they're on this really neat looking red carpet that like goes in like a pattern around the stage. And there's a very clear red line where all the models are supposed to be walking on. And then at the end scene, Lady Gaga's like, blah, 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 blah. She's singing, but then some stupid extra walks off the red line and across the stage in front of Lady Gaga while everyone else is on the line. That would never happen. Why would they do that? Why did they leave that in the movie?
I'm sorry. Are you done? Anything else you need to get
I
on?
could go further,
Yeah.
but I'm going to leave it at just my small.
David, I want to let you know that today's therapy session is going to be provided to you for free. I'm not going to charge. Have you ever heard
I
me?
said, this is what I said at dinner. I said, Penn's going to love this movie, and it's not going to matter what I say.
Have you ever?
And it's true.
Have you ever
And
heard-
it's true. Don't pretend that it's not true.
I didn't deny that.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Have you ever heard the expression, it's not about the popcorn?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like maybe you have other issues with this movie that this movie brings out. Because you and I have watched,
It's not the worst movie I've seen. I don't know why it makes me so upset.
right, that was going to be my point.
And that's what I was saying at the beginning. Like, it's not that bad of a movie.
By any measure,
It's
this
not.
is a good movie made well. Now,
Yes.
you're
Yes.
certainly entitled to not like it.
Yes.
And all of your points that you just rambled on for the last 45 minutes are totally valid. But by any measure, it's a good movie. It was well made.
It's
The
well
acting
made.
was great.
It's acted well.
It has a million holes in the plot. You know,
People seem to like it for what it was.
right. It's pretty people telling funny stories and
Funny is a stretch.
caricatures. You know, how did you like the last scene where Emily Blunt and Anne Hathaway kiss and make up in the coffee shop?
Well, I liked when she's like, I'm not holding your hand.
Right. I liked the best line of the whole movie was, it's a line I'm going to share with people for the rest of my life. I'm going to start out by saying, have you ever seen Devil Wears Prada 2? And they're going to say no. And I'm going to say, okay, well, it's a great movie. My friend David Moulton loved it. You should go see it and think of him while you're watching
Yeah.
it. And at the end of the movie, the two characters are kind of like forming a unlikely friendship, setting the stage for Devil Wears Prada 3. And the one orders French fries, which is like a big faux pas in the modeling world. And Emily Blunt says, or I forget which one. One of them says,
Emily Blunt does.
Emily Blunt says, everybody knows that carbs that are shared have 0 calories. That's such a touching, beautiful thing to say to a friend while you're sharing French fries.
Right.
I loved the movie. It doesn't matter what you say.
I fully acknowledge that I'm ranting and raving about something that does not matter. And in truth be told, if you ask me in 3 weeks, I'll be like, whatever, it's fine.
It's fine. It's a good
if
movie.
you liked it. I'm not going to say it's a good movie. I think if it's your thing, you'll like it. It's a well-made movie. I'm going to give you that.
You give me that.
Yeah. So I'm going to give it best movie. No, I'm just kidding.
That would have been great. That would have been funny. Oh my God. All right. Well, I am giving it best movie I've ever seen.
And I'm going to say worst movie I've ever seen.
Yeah. That's a shame. Devil Wears Prada 2. David highly recommends it to everyone.
Highly.
Right.
Highly. Literally everyone else I saw it with loved it.
Or at least liked it, right?
Yeah. Well, no, they all like legitimately
Yeah, that was so fun.
I saw it with 3 people.
Yeah.
I saw one person who just overall thought it was great. One person loved it for all the fashion and
Yep.
all the cameos. They
Yep.
thought that was amazing.
Yep.
And then the other person thought it was hilarious.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Next week, I thought we were going to watch some movie. I forget what.
Billie Eilish.
But Billie Eilish. And David assured me, do we have a dramatically better choice?
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat 2.
Are you okay with that?
Come here. What's the song?
Get over here. Yeah.
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 You cool with it?
Oh, can't wait. Mortal Kombat 2?
I might see Billie Eilish.
Now, let me ask you this, David.
Yeah.
Riddle me this.
Do you have to watch Mortal Kombat 1? Is that
Riddle me this, my friend. Do you have to watch David? Do you have to watch Mortal Kombat 1 in order to enjoy Mortal Kombat 2?
I am going to say no.
Are you just saying that to get back at me?
No. I feel like that the first one's not great.
What I need to do is I need to find a friend who can regale me with the full plot details of Mortal Kombat 1.
I don't remember it enough to be that man for you.
Yeah. I wasn't suggesting you.
Frodo
I was
would send you
picturing
to-
somebody in my office who could come stand next to my desk and
Jib Jab.
tell me, jib jab,
Yeah.
regale me, if you will.
I'm tempted to rewatch the first one.
Yeah, me too. Where would we find it, do you think?
It's on one of the.
Okay.
It's been out long enough. It's probably on all of them.
It's Warner, so it's probably on HBO.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, that's where its home would be,
Yeah. And just make sure that you watch the movie and not
the game.
one of the series or one of the not Mortal Kombat. Make sure you're watching the actual, because there's a lot of Mortal Kombat movies.
Yeah, obviously.
Just make sure you watch the right.
Everybody knows that, David.
Yeah, and none of them are great.
And it's combat with a K.
Yes.
I don't want anybody to be out there looking for the wrong thing.
Right.
Why is it Combat with a K?
I think they did that when they made the arcades to get around censorship.
Okay.
Or it was the 90s, so it could have just been the 90s.
Okay, so join us next week as we review Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah. I need one of these again.
That was exhausting. That was the most exhausting movie review we've ever had.
You were really passionate, I'll say that.
Right. Well, it was great because I was a little tired before a show. So I was able to take a nice little nap during that section. I laid down, I got my pillow out from under the desk.
I like that I had things to say and you didn't hear.
What?
Exactly.
I'm sorry, were you saying something?
All right, let's get into listener feedbacks, questions, comments, and so forth. Look, if you want to be a part of the show like these lovely people, the way to do that is email us at our new email address, podcast@penncinema.com, or leave a comment on any one of our places, TikTok, YouTube. But if you really want to get on the show, podcast@penncinema.com is the best way to get on. Frodo.
Now, Frodo is, before you tee her up, Frodo is known on the show. She's in the hall.
The Hall of Fame.
She's in the Hall of Fame. And she is known for her lengthy emails. I'll just tee it up that way.
You know, there was a time where you used to talk about the Hall of Fame employees.
Yeah.
And you used to talk about it like it was a real,
still do.
thing. And there was this long where I was like, maybe he really has something down there at the other end, because I never go down there.
Right.
There are names on the Anyway,
I should get a Hall of Fame. I'm going to do that. I'm gonna get a Sharpie and just start writing people's names on the wall.
Yeah. Or in ER, they took their name badges and put them
Well,
on the
in
wall.
the kitchen, before we converted it to a real kitchen, back in the old days, every new employee would paint their hand, the palm of their hand, put their handprint on the wall, and then write their name over it. And that wasn't the Hall of Fame because everybody was on it.
Right.
But it was a pretty fun walk down memory lane, if you will.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, Frodo wrote it.
Yeah. Oh no, this is more like a.
So Frodo.
Why is it so short, David?
You know,
I was just getting into it.
yeah, it could be longer.
Why do you always make everything so short?
Shoulda, coulda, would have been longer.
Right. Shoulda, coulda, would have been longer.
Kind of like Frodo's email.
Right. Okay. So she obviously wrote us, which means there must have been another email that took a week and a half to read. Is that right? About eight or 9 pages long?
Yeah. Yeah, that we were going to summarize.
Yeah. And what was the subject? The subject was Street Fighter.
Street Fighter, the movie. And it was just a very happy, excited, smiling emoji.
Are you confident on that?
Was it? It was an emoji.
It was an emoji.
You put emoji here, and I don't remember what it was.
Do I
need to look?
I'm going to
Should I
require a follow-up email from our dear friend Frodo because here's the thing. The emoji was great. It was sort of an anime vibe.
I'm going to look at it.
Okay, take a look. And I looked at it and I was like, oh, cool. She's psyched for Street Fighter. But then this morning when I looked again, I thought, is that an excited emoji or like a terrified emoji? Like,
Oh, that's definitely a shocked.
like can't wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah.
All right, you don't have to write in. I mean, you can if you want, but
Yeah.
But
If you write in, please go overboard and describe the emoji with as many words as possible.
we love Frodo, and she is apparently quite excited for Street Fighter. Next up,
Whoa!
that's the definition of brevity.
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite sister writes in, why this was the week for subject lines.
Yeah.
The first subject line was Street Fighter, the movie.
Very succinct.
Right. The
Succinct.
Consynct?
Succinct.
Consynct? Succinct.
It
It was succinct and consynct.
Yeah.
It was consynct and succinct. It was consynct and succinct. Everyone's favorite sister wrote in, and the subject line was, brace yourself, the subject line was, why Endgame might not suck. Which I really appreciated, because I feel like last week we got a little carried away, maybe with some negativity. But we count on
I've
our...
never been negative.
No, you're nothing if not an endless source of light and joy.
Positivity.
Right. A beacon of hope for all who see you.
The one internet comment where the guy's like, this guy's not that critical. And I was like, am I not?
I love that you're reading the comments.
You gotta. It's funny.
You don't gotta.
Well, I guess you don't gotta. If they got mean, I'll stop. But they're funny right now.
Everyone's favorite sister wrote in and said why Endgame might not suck. And then she goes on to say, okay, hear me out. We know the Loki season 2 is critical to the plot of Doomsday because MCU told us to watch it. We also know watching a whole season of a show is quite a commitment. I mean, we still have like 6 shows we're trying to watch, but can never seem the time to fit them in. Watching or rewatching a 2.5-hour movie is way easier. And what if the new Endgame includes references to Loki season 2? So people don't feel like they can't see Doomsday because they didn't watch Loki. I can't remember what else they told us to watch except that I've seen everything except Red Hulk, Captain America, which I have zero desire to see. They might add a few scenes to tie in those movies and shows too, so maybe the new Endgame won't totally suck. Having said all that, if you haven't seen Loki season 2, please watch it. It is the best thing Marvel Cinematic Universe has ever put on Disney+. It is one of the best things they've ever done, period. Which I agree completely.
Yeah. I mean, you have to watch the first season as well for it to make sense. But both seasons combined,
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic.
Gold.
I do want to say this to Jen, a.k.a. everyone's favorite sister, a.k.a. EFS. I want to say, if you've seen everything, then just watch Captain America Brave New World. Because, and I'm going to say, I will fully acknowledge that it's not great, but if you've seen everything, Captain America Brave New World is really a sequel and closing of loose ends for the Incredible Hulk movie.
Oh.
Which almost like a ton of stuff that happens, including the big bad in Captain America Brave New World, is all things that happened in the Incredible Hulk. All things that loose ends that everyone's been like, what about this? What about what about the I can't even think of his name, but the main villain, like who had the stuff get in his brain at the end of Incredible Hulk, and what about Thunderbolt Ross, et cetera, et cetera. Just to wrap that up, and maybe you don't care, and to which I say, if you've really watched everything already, just bite the bullet.
Finish it out.
Yeah, get everything in your head.
Close the loop.
Yeah. So that's what I have to say.
I hope that was a concise enough reply.
I hope it was negative enough.
I hope it wasn't too succinct that we left anything out.
Were there any secessions made?
Many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, we have another great one.
Please come home. I got beans and bologna.
That's right.
Why is it so short?
I thought that it was too short. So
No
I made
time
it
for
longer.
a dance move.
No, there's definitely.
Yeah.
I wish that it was longer.
Sister.
Yeah,
that one. You got to make your move, man, because they do not. You have a half a beat to get your arms on the chair and then up.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's the one.
Tony Belonge, a.k.a. Tony Belonge.
I love that.
Yeah, he writes in, and he says, I must say, when the podcast is not, I do miss it a lot. See how it rhymed there? When the podcast
What's that, like an aught joke?
No, it's not, because when the podcast is not, I do miss it
A lot.
a lot.
I had a cold and a lot of snot.
Exactly. So there I was listening to the Penn Cinema podcast, minding my own business, while minding my own business, listening to the Penn Cinema podcast. Also talking to David this week because he did not go to CinemaCon. He said,
Thank you, Tony.
I want to applaud you, Penn, for having the fortitude for walking out on idiotic executives directing people what to do without actual knowledge of how things work at the normal level. I am embarking on a letter writing campaign to tell said executives what a total idiot they are. I'm sure my efforts will generate great buzz, and maybe garner another sabbatical for Tony Belonge. But I am happy to do so for the podcast. And he adds, I am seriously looking forward to the next Hunger Games movie. Curious on your thoughts.
We missed the best part of this email.
Yes, please go.
at the very beginning. Did you notice that you and I both cut and pasted it in at literally the exact same time?
Yeah.
David and I were both editing the show notes. I don't know if you missed it or if I accidentally cut it out when I was deleting my what I had cut and pasted in. But he opens the email by saying, "Dear David and Penn, dear Penn and David." I love when listeners are loyal to the correct timing, the order of how things should be said.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. I don't know about the next Hunger Games. I'm kind of like whatever. Like I'm a fan of the franchise.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it. Do you know the premise? Can you remind me the premise? Is this a prequel?
It's a prequel for the Hamish character.
Okay. Woody Harrelson.
Yeah. I'm more interested in this than I was the last one, which I enjoyed.
Yeah.
And we talked about it before, but I'm a little worried about like how every one of these movies is about taking down the Hunger Games, and it's like I'm hoping this one's more just of a what's the right word? But more of a sad story of just like how it all goes wrong.
You love a sad story.
Yeah. We have one more letter.
Oh, can't wait.
And this one comes from the Abacus.
Oh, God. So it's going to be
says-
all about David and how wrong Penn was.
No.
Okay.
The Abacus says, "Penn, I want to thank you for taking so many fans to CinemaCon with you,
See?
including that one guy who only heard the show in passing." What?
That's his whole thing?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. All right, Abacus.
Yeah. People really like that bit.
I would like to, normally, if he was anybody else, but
Yeah.
Abacus, much like our friend Frodo,
Yeah.
is in the hall. So he has like a lifetime pass. But if it was anybody else, I would have said, "You're dead to me."
No, he was adding to your joke about because you took the family. And,
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, look, so if you want to be like these people, podcast.
I thought he was adding to the joke about how I didn't take you.
Yeah, but like, because last week we had a thing where you were like, Drew went
Right.
and Amy went,
Right.
and you were like, and I took this person,
Right.
and I was like, what?
And then I also appreciated how Tony Balonge commented on it in his email about how I was listening to the Penn Cinema podcast talking to David this week because he wasn't at CinemaCon. Good stuff.
Yeah. All right. So again, if you want to be like these people, the best way to do that is to email us podcast@pennacinema.com. But one of the emails that I didn't read off, that actually I got like 3 or 4 of them, and everyone pretty much said the same thing. And they said, "Penn, what's up with you?" Just in time.
Always lands
Look
it.
at that.
He sticks the landing.
Just like that. And it looks so, that's ruined forever.
Ruined forever. Ruined the
Yeah.
whole bit. David, I have some news for you.
Yeah.
I did not read nary a page of Dead Bug Carl. What's the thing? Dungeon Crawler
Dungeon
Carl.
Crawler Carl.
right.
Yeah. Your
And-
favorite book of the year.
Right. So I did not read a page. And number 2, I fear I'm losing the drive to dig back into it.
It's almost like you can't finish a book.
I am trying so hard.
You just give look, it's an easy read. Just you tell like yourself 20 minutes a day.
Okay. You know what I did do? Well, first of all, let me run down a couple shows that we're really into.
Okay.
Kayla and Amy and I are enjoying The Big Mistake. We're really enjoying Rooster with Steve Carell,
Okay.
which is a little ridiculous. I'm sorry. It's very ridiculous, but it's good. I watched The Beef, I guess it's called.
The new one?
Yeah, the new one, season 2. But it was one of those shows, we've talked about
That's
this
with
before.
Oscar Isaac, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Carey Mulligan.
Yeah, I love her.
Yeah. And so I'm watching the first episode. And I'm like, oh, this is my new show. I love this show. Oh, I'm all about this. And then the second episode, I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I have this show. And the third episode, I'm like, all right, well, something, I'm sure they'll like, And literally by the fourth episode, I'm like fast forwarding to try to see like what's going to happen.
Right.
And now I'm like done with it.
And it's not related to the first season, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So I just hate that. Like when you get a show and it starts off real strong and then you lose interest.
Yeah. A lot of people talk about the Penn Cinema podcast. Like
Right. Yes. I will say what I did watch, which I can't recommend enough. I loved it. I loved everything about it, and I don't know why it did not do business. I went and saw The Christophers.
Oh, yeah.
It is so freaking good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's too late now. It's done. You can't. It only stayed like a week or two because nobody came to see it. But this movie was incredible. It was so fun. It was so simple. This was the girl that gets hired to do the art fakes, the forgeries. And then, I mean, it's just, there's twists and turns, and it's absolutely fabulous. I'm sure it's going to be available on streaming at some point. And I guess I can be man enough to admit, big enough to admit that this movie probably would be just as good at home.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying as good, but like we talked last year about Sinners.
Yeah.
Like if you watched Sinners at home,
It's not the same.
you haven't seen Sinners.
Yeah.
The Christophers is probably better in a theater, but you could watch it at home and still really enjoy it.
Huh.
It was really good. So yeah, but other than that, I walked out of the movie and I was thinking to myself, I wonder what David's up to. David, what's up with you?
Let me tell you what's up with me. I looked at this and I was like, what happened to my week?
Yeah.
Like,
I hear you.
I didn't I only did two,
Right.
recreationally did two things.
Right.
I've been playing Pokopia.
Who hasn't?
Who hasn't? It is one of those games, for those who know about it and love it. It's not the type of game that I want to sit down and just play for hours. But I do find myself wanting to play about 30 minutes of it a day. And I think that's fine. That's not like, like a gaming addiction or anything. I think it's, but it's kind of nice because I get my gaming fix and I don't feel like I've spent too much of my time on it. So I'm going slow, but I'm enjoying it. And then I've also been reading, surprise, surprise, the Dungeon Crawler Carl book number 4, The Gate of the Pharaoh Gods. And I mentioned before they get longer and longer. By this book, he's now writing chapters that are normal adult-sized chapters.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
So where before I had the dopamine hit of reading
a chapter,
7 to 8 chapters a night, I read 2.
Wow.
And I'm I feel like I didn't get anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still loving it.
Right.
But I also feel like that, how long is this chapter? It's 3 times as long as the last, the chapters were before. It's okay because I'm enjoying it, but it also, this is also, every book gets bigger. So it's also way bigger. So while the other books I was finishing them in about a week, just over a week, it's been a week and I'm just under halfway through.
So we have our ongoing bet. Who's going to finish first? David finishing 8 Dungeon Crawler Carl books, or Penn finishing 1 Dungeon Crawler book?
Every week, it seems more like David will read everything he ever reads in his life before Penn finishes Dungeon Crawler Carl book.
We'll see. I don't know. I don't want to give up on it because I do like it, but...
Did you get to the second half yet?
Yeah, remember?
Okay, yeah, you did.
Yeah, I'm into it, and it's going all right.
I don't have a whole lot left.
I know.
Other people are reading this along with us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know of at least 4 people who started the book because we started it.
Podcast at penncinema.com. Give me some urgency. Give me some support.
And there's a whole crew of people. I might be putting a little bit more weight on it, but it appeared to me as if one person bought the book and said book might get passed to the next person in the group of people who listen to the show.
Yeah, okay.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, there you go. All
right.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
You inspired people.
All right. Well, then I'm going to go back to it and I'm going to get reading.
Okay.
Can't talk now. I'm busy reading.
All right. Look, that's all we have for this week's show. If you want to be a part of the show, again, the best way to do that, podcast at penncinema.com. If you want to support the show, Penn, what is the number one way people are doing that?
The best way to support the show is to write us and let us know how to pronounce the state in which Chicago is located. It's a beautiful town, Chicago, the Windy City, Chi-Town, if you will. And it's located on a lake, I believe,
Green River.
or maybe a coast. Is it an ocean or a lake?
It's a lake.
Is it a sea?
Big like an ocean.
Is it a sea?
No, it's one of the Great Lakes.
How do we know that? You don't know that.
Right.
We need someone who lives there.
I've never been.
You've never been. So we need some. Is that an Illinois accent?
I don't know.
That's a Midwest accent. Is Illinois in the Midwest?
It is distinctly north of the rest of the country.
We have so many questions.
Well, not the rest, I guess.
Have you ever been to Chicago?
I've never been to Chicago.
I've been to Chicago a few times. Love it. Big fan of Chi-Town.
Yeah. You know who has been to Chicago?
Who's that?
But also Top 10 Sarah. Hers is too long, so I'm not going to play it. Yeah.
What if Top 10 Sarah is somebody else's favorite sister? Like, we're saying Jen is everyone's favorite sister. But what if somebody is looking at the sisters and they're like, you know what, my favorite is Top 10?
Yeah.
That would be super
I
awkward.
heard she was down watching some F1 this week.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You know, hey,
Florida.
I got invited to an F1 watch party. Unfortunately, I'm unable to attend. So
Yeah, you have some reading to do.
I'm racing in a gravel race tomorrow.
A gravel
Yeah.
race?
So I will be, wish me luck. It's my first race of the year. I'm completely
Congrats.
unprepared. And
What do you roll gravel down a hill, or
yeah,
how do you do it?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Everybody trains their gravel as best possible. We all throw it in a lake, and we see whose gravel sinks the
See what's used
fastest.
Yeah. Wow.
Right? Yeah. So it should be exciting.
You know, I was like, I was talking to someone. Let's just call him Mr. Manager.
Okay.
And I was like, we couldn't record them. We're recording today because we couldn't tomorrow. Penn's got something going on. And it was not only talk of town, but everyone was like, that's because it's his mother-in-law's birthday tomorrow and Bob's birthday. And everyone's, you know,
Right.
everyone's celebrating the two of them.
Yeah.
And that's why he's busy tomorrow. Turns out
Right.
you're throwing rocks in a lake.
Yes, that's exactly right. Which I think Bob would really appreciate. You know, I tell you, I guarantee, with the conviction of every bone in my body, if I could communicate with Bob right now, he would tell me, "Go throw rocks in a lake. That is the best thing you could be doing with your time."
Well, good luck in your rock
Yeah,
throwing
thank
competition. All right. Well, say that you don't know how to pronounce things incorrectly.
Yeah, if
we
you're
only
like
want incorrect
if you're
ones.
like us from Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
and you don't know how to pronounce Illinois, then
zero accents.
you know, tell a friend how much you enjoy listening and watching the Penn Cinema podcast, and don't forget to click like and subscribe for all of our YouTube listeners. That's 2 weeks in a row. I get the points.
Mega points.
Yeah, we got a little scoreboard. This Books You Read thing can double as a scoreboard. I bet that people buy that who actually read a lot of books, right?
Definitely. Yeah. I found another one of the dice in my car and I was like, we're not going to need this. Just threw it out.
All right, so if you don't know how to pronounce states, if you're not well read like us, then by all means, just tell a friend how much you enjoy the show.
Yeah. That's it. We did it to the end. Once again for the Penn Cinema Podcast. I'm David Moulton.
And I'm Penn Ketchum. Take care and party on.
Thanks for joining us this episode. Our hosts would love to hear from you. To contact the show with your thoughts and reviews, email podcast@penncinema.com. This podcast is a production of Penn Cinema. Escape to the movies at Penn Cinema, featuring crisp digital projection, killer sound, reserved seating, and premium power recliners. With locations in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Wilmington, Delaware, and Huntington Valley, Pennsylvania. Showtimes and tickets available at www.penncinema.com.